Being born to a middle class family and doing the entirety of my schooling in a rather underrated rural outskirt of this country, right here in this very campus, and then having the opportunity of being called back here to this heavenly abode again is definitely a dream come true, how I say it. And when sitting here and I was watching the videos that has been playing on the screen behind me, and I recollected that our batch, the 2017 batch, was one to do a lot of firsts in the school. There was a video wherein I saw all the country flags being, like whenever there is an event here, there are a lot of country flags that have been hoisted here. I don't know if you have noticed. And I don't know if what I'm going to say is true or not, but I want to believe that it was our batch when we organized the first MUN here. We decided to get all these flags under the guidance of Daniel sir. We got all these flags, we hoisted them in the skating ground. That was the first MUN that was organized here in Kanyakumari. It was in our school. So we got the flags that time, and I remember all of us going around, lifting all the flag poles, putting them up. Like it was completely organized by our batch. It was entirely the students who was doing all the work, and those were the times where our batch actually connected. And I don't know if any other school will give will give the entire burden or the responsibility to the student group themselves. There was nobody guiding us, nobody helping us. It was us, just the 32 students who organized the entire event. When I saw the flags, it just took me back to those times. And it also unbundled a lot of other nostalgic memories too. I also recollected during every single morning of our board exams during 10th and 12th. 12th, I remember more specifically, we used to come near the swimming pool. We used to stand there. And for every exam, director ma'am used to come there and ma'am used to conduct a prayer for us. And it's like a lucky charm for all of us. If we don't see ma'am that very morning, if we don't see her, then we get a feeling that, okay, the exam is going to be a little difficult or we're going to forget something inside the exam hall. So if not for her blessings throughout all those exams, I don't know if I or anyone else in our batch would have come out would have passed those exams with flying colors. And I owe a very big portion of my gratitude to ma'am for that. And again, when I talk about Chairman Sir, it's anything I do today, anyone appreciates me for anything, I actually, one very big portion of thank you goes to Sir, because he is the one who taught me a lot of things, who gave me the courage to do a lot of things. Today when I go to school, when I go to college, during the initial days of college, people come from different parts of the state and even other states. There are North Indians, there are people who come from Kerala, Cochin, Ernakulam, very overrated cities, I should say. So these people are all from schools like Choice School, from Delhi Public School. I mean, all these are very well-known names. And people ask me which school I am from. I'll tell Excel Central School. They ask me the place. I tell Tiruvattar. The place Tiruvattar is actually not very well. It's not a very big place. But when they say Ernakulam, oh yeah, Ernakulam, I know of that place. So to start like this, and then people started slowly recognizing me for the way I speak, for a lot of other things, for the academic stuff that I do. Like people started slowly noticing me. And why I'm saying this is, if from this place, if from studying here, I could do a lot of, if I'm able to be recognized in a place like Coimbatore amidst a group of people coming from different parts of this country, I am very proud to say that I'm an Excelite, and I owe a very big portion of that gratitude again to my teachers, to ma'am, to sir, who's helped me through this journey. Today I stand before you as a proud budding doctor, and again, this entirely because of a lot of values and skills that I got from this school. During my formative years, I believe that I was a very curious child with a lot of questions and excited about the world around me. This school actually helped me nurture that inquisitive mind and also gave me the tools to explore my interests. Like, to be very blunt, the school has given me the courage to dream, has taught me to push my limits, to fathom the impossible, and to stride forward no matter what. You fail, you pass, just keep going forward. One day or the other, something will come to you. And this realization about how much my school has prepared me for the rather ruthless race outside struck me pretty much very soon after I finished my 12th grade. I was called on by the Indian Navy for the selection to the Indian Naval Academy, after I clear all the eligibility criteria. Now, this situation was like there were 350 students from every corner of the country coming for a 5-day station interview. We're supposed to stay there 5 days, no contact with anyone. You can't call your mom, dad, or anyone else. You just stay there 5 days, and once you pass, you can go out. I mean, even if you fail, you can go out. But yeah, you have to stay there for 5 days. So at the end of day one, we were shortlisted to 30, and I was very proud and felt very pompous to be one among this 30. And after this, I was like, okay, cool, I'm one among the 30, and even if I don't pass in the end, I'm fine with it. Because I didn't exactly prepare for it, nor was I expecting an invitation for this particular interview. I just gave it, and I didn't actually expect that I would get it. Now, being novice to this kind of a selection process, I stayed there for the rest of the 4 days, and the rest of the 4 days were very brutal. What kept me going was the endurance that my parents taught me, and all the perseverance, resilience, and the confidence that this school instilled in me, that I could go through all this. And in the end, at the end of the 4 days, I was one amongst the 2 people who got selected at the end of the interview and passed the medicals too. Not pursuing this career choice was also a decision I made, and I believe the courage to let go of that was also like the what do you call, the courage to say no was something that I got from the school again. Now, long story short, like unlike many of you might think, I wasn't a student who exactly had like what career path. I wasn't very determined about the career path I wanted to land upon. Or to put it differently, maybe I wasn't exactly scared to explore the other career opportunities out there before I settled for one. So I had a taste of everything. I had a bit of engineering. I went for the defense. And after having a taste of every other career opportunity out there, I finally found my calling with the medical field. And then once I entered the medical school, the rigorous curriculum did take a toll on me in the beginning. But slowly I started remembering how my teachers used to hone in us the capability to break down very complex topics into very small, simple graphical illustrations like flow charts, bubble diagrams. All these were new words to us, individual level activities, group level activities. We used to do all these at school. And these flow charts, flow diagrams, bubble charts, and all these we were doing at school to break down very complex topics into easier ones. And this is exactly how I steer through my medical education too. Might seem very insignificant when I say it, but having lived it, having experienced it, it is no small deal. Moreover, all the leadership and communication skills I got here, the empathy that I learned from the teachers here, especially from director ma'am, all these has been very critical in helping me establish relationship with patients. Right now I'm having my rural postings, which means during our CRI period we are posted in various rural outposts. Here it's basically people, because it's free medicine, there are a lot of patients coming, and most of them are old age people. And our senior doctors, they are some of them are actually saturated with the workload and all that. So most of these patients, they come to us, like we are the first person they meet, and it ends with us only. They don't meet the senior doctors there. So when they come to us, like I have seen a lot of my friends who get impatient with they get impatient to deal with these patients. They're not actually ready to spend time with them. They just want to send them off as quickly as possible. I was a very impatient kid in the beginning. I used to get angry very fast. But by the end of my school years, I believe my school has tuned me and molded me into that kind of a person. Today, I can very patiently listen to these patients, and I have seen very heartfelt thank yous come out of them at the end of the day, and it's a very good feeling at the end of the day, and I owe a big thanks for that, a big thanks to the school for that, because medicine is not exactly about diagnosing and treating patients. It's about establishing a rapport with the patients, their relatives, and then working together towards achieving the best possible outcomes. I believe that's what being a doctor is about. And in the end, when I was called as a guest of honor to this event, I was quite skeptical about the invite, because after all, I am only a 23-year-old undergraduate who hasn't had many astonishing achievements on my name yet. But again, this is Excel, this is my school, and this is what they usually do. I had a call with Chairman Sir about this doubt of mine, and he very well made me understand about how this invitation is supposed to be an inspiration for me to dream bigger. Also, a realization about the responsibility I have to live up to the dreams of a lot of people. My parents, my teachers, my school, everyone who loves me and adores me a lot. So yeah, thank you, sir, ma'am, for having me here. And in conclusion, I would like to just emphasize the role that school education can have in your lives in framing you into what you would become in the future. So these are your very tender, formative, and elemental years. So make the best out of it, get the best out of your school life, and I'm pretty sure this school is one where you can live it up to. So thank you all.